Are those four before we get another batch of four?
Thank you. I will start chronologically the way they came.
Yes.
Kimani Ichung'wa, you want to know how we shall deal with the hire purchase agreements for purposes of ensuring that we come up with, infrastructure. How shall that anchor or sit with the consumers and maybe the water development agencies, the cost aspect of that? How shall we regulate? First, we do have WASREP, that is the main body that deals with the water regulation in terms of costing. But if you recall that on the State of the Nation address, the President indicated that he would be willing to commit the country to the tune of 500 billion for water resources development. I would, if I am approved, be supporting that, and I hope that it is something that Parliament will be able to attend to and support. At the moment, we are having a budget of 24 billion shillings and from the GOK, and then another 54 billion shillings, totaling to about 78 billion. The money that we have, the 54 is from partners, World Bank, IMF, African Development Bank. So if we are going to raise 500 billion shillings between now and Vision 2030, we will need to partner with the private developers. The concern of Kenyans is understandable because they are wondering, are we selling a basic right or leaving it to the exploitation of commercial or private individuals or companies? The purchase agreement, water purchase agreement, will be able, in my view, working with the Office of the Attorney General, stakeholders, the public in public participation, be able to come up with the proper frameworks that will ensure that Kenyans are not exposed. Currently, when the government develops water, when the ministry engages the water development works agencies, then they are, of course, the water service providers. The regulation in place, the strategy and policy in place ensures that the element of cost is under control, regulated, and I know there are cases where it may not be properly regulated, and that is part of the reforms that we are working on. For me, it is possible. We must not see public-private partnerships as commercializing the water. We must see that as a need to develop the infrastructure, the way you would invest on a highway, on a road, and then engage the agency for purposes of then ensuring water is distributed to the consumer at a controlled and regulated space and pace. And I think I have answered that question. I'm a practicing advocate. I've held my certificate since 1985. To date, I have a practicing certificate. Anybody who has taken clients' money may not be very lucky to have a practicing certificate for the period that I have had. The complaint you allude to occurred or was filed in 2012. The DCI has had that file, and it only becomes live when I'm about to go to elections, 2013, 2017, and 2022. You will find it being brought up even in the media, but finally, the DPP had the opportunity with the DCI to look at the matter. It is 3 advocates plus myself, and the Office of the Director has directed that there is no criminal liability in the matter. I don't want to go into deeper details, but any advocate who is handling an estate matter or estate funds has a duty and responsibility to file an account, statement of account in court. What the court or the complainant would do is to demand for an account, because we did account for all the monies that we received, and I do not owe, neither do my colleagues, the other 3 colleagues, including the late Munari. I believe that is the answer. We have not been prosecuted, we have not been charged, and I do not see any charge coming, because it was pure malice or a party that did not want to pay fees.